Hey Future, how's it going? I've never done a vlog before, so I thought I'd give it a shot. There's a lot of studies out there that say writing a journal or doing a diary or something like that is very good at relieving anxiety and stress. So I can't do that because I've tried it multiple times and I decided I'm gonna go with a vlog. Been watching a lot of YouTube and I see people are doing that more often now. So I'm following suit. So I just got off work and I decided to try this out. So I'm heading to the range and it's a new range. I haven't been to it except for once. I really like the way they do their setup. It's going to be a competition shoot. I'll have it recorded. Well, these will only get better as I keep going. So here's to the best. So a little bit about myself. I live in Georgia. I'm 23 years old. I do competitive shooting for fun. I love playing video games. And I Skype with my best friend almost every day because he's all the way up in New York. Alright, so I finally made it to the range. I'm definitely going to have to get a different lens because I'm really close to my face. Here's the place. It's nice. It looks new. Getting into my trunk. Excuse the mess. I gotta get my range bag out with my tripod so I can record tonight. Of course, I'm still like super early, so I gotta wait. But here's the place. I'm excited. This will be my first IDPA match. Heading up to the lounge. Here's this door. Looks pretty cool. The lounge is pretty nice too. Wow. Got the classroom over there behind the glass doors. Got my seat for the next half hour until they call my name. And just go over a few things. I left my pistol in the car, which means I'm gonna have to go back out and get it. But to go through my range bag a little bit, I got my ear protection, I got my holster right there. Not sure if the camera's gonna focus on it. Alright. Got about 200 rounds of ammunition. Look at all that brass. It's beautiful. But I had to run back to my car and grab my pistol. So unfortunately, my battery's gonna die, but I did get my gun. Now this is the fun part. You can get all this ammunition, all that fun brass. But the first thing I need to do is empty out my carry rounds. About 40. Booyah, 49 out of 50 slots. That can go away until after the show. Back into the range bag. 3 magazines, each hold 16 rounds. And now we load them up. What's pretty cool is there's a counter on this side, so you can kind of see the brass through it. Two more, or one more, 48. Done. A little bit about USPSA, which is what I normally shoot on Thursdays. It seems like USPSA is more of a for fun tournament, whereas the IDPA, which is what I shot today and which is what you will see, is more of a structured self-defense course setup. There's actually a lot more rules with IDPA, and it was very stressful to have to worry about all those rules and still practice gun safety. Because what's different is in my gun I can hold 16 rounds in the magazine plus 1 in the chamber. IDPA rules requires you to have 10 rounds in the magazines because it's an international sport. So, because in certain states there are magazine limits, so you're not allowed to have high capacity magazines, which is what I have now at 16 rounds. So they keep it 10 so that it creates a standard throughout the whole country. Which I don't mind, because that would be the equivalent of shooting in the production division in USPSA. But then there's a whole bunch more rules on it, like if you reload with ammo still in your magazine, you're not allowed to drop it on the ground or you get a penalty point. You have to catch it and store it in your pocket or somewhere on your person and then reload a fresh magazine in. Another thing that was different is you're not allowed to use an air gun or like an air guitar sort of thing. You're not allowed to practice shooting and pulling the trigger as you run the course. You're only allowed to walk the course and just look at where the targets are set up. So that makes it more in the unpredictable setting for self-defense, because you're not allowed to actually run through and measure your shots. You can still count everything in your head, but you can't physically work on that muscle memory beforehand. But all in all, I had a good time today, and as you'll see, I didn't do pretty bad. I don't exactly know my scores or how I was ranked up. That will come in an email either tonight or tomorrow. But I'm not sure if IDPA is something that I want to do frequently. I think I'm going to stick with USPSA and do IDPA as a cross training for me, since USPSA seems like more fun. But that's about all the rules that are different. It's just a lot to think about, and they're very strict when it comes to, oh yeah. And the last rule is cover. When you use cover, you're required to be 100% of your lower body behind cover and 50% of your upper body behind cover. And the rules of engagement are also different, where you have to do a tactical engagement, meaning you have to engage the target closest to you and then you go farther away. And if you don't, you get a penalty point. And if you don't measure it out beforehand, then it's difficult to try to find out which one's closer. And if you're shooting behind cover, they use something called cutting the pie. So you want to stay behind cover as best you can, but engage the target from the first target you see. You want to engage first, and then as you slowly peek out of cover, you want to engage the targets. So it's not bad, and it makes sense because that's how it should be done. But it's just a lot to think about for my first time doing IPA. So the following is my performance and the courses that I've done. I missed one of the courses I was supposed to record, but I completely forgot.
Will? say Alan Smith, he'll make us all feel better. Cheering. Stand by. Reach clear.
Well, overall, I don't think it was a bad first vlog. Although the last one I did was 4 years ago when I went to New York City. That was a lot of fun. And that one was good because I can look back on it and see all the good times we had. Ooh, I enjoyed it so much. Well, signing out today. Peace.